right? Okay, good. So what we try to do in today's class is let us get one level deeper into Azure networking, and then we would try to understand what are the different concepts that we need to understand to proceed further with respect to Azure virtual networks, which we call as VNets, right? Okay, so first let us try to understand what is that we have done with respect to yesterday's class. So okay, so in yesterday's class, we have tried to understand the importance of default gateway. We have tried to understand what default gateway can do for us, right? And we have tried to look into how a network engineer would behave in Azure. And then we have tried to create one simple virtual network with 4 subnets in Azure. This is what we have done, right? Good. So I've asked you to create a Azure virtual network which replicates whatever office building which we have created over here. Okay, right. So this is basically what we have done. Yeah, good. Let us proceed further. Okay, so there will be a router, and this router will basically help us in sending the network traffic to other networks. Okay, so that is basically what happens in our home networks. Now let us see what happens in Azure. Okay, so Azure VNet. Okay, so initially let us get started with Azure Virtual Network. Okay, so yesterday we have tried to create Azure Virtual Network, and in that there were some concepts which we needed to understand. So the first topic which I want to speak about is concepts. In that concepts, the first one is address space. Okay, so basically address space is nothing but CIDR notation of your network, right? So when creating, sorry, VNet, we must specify a custom private IP address space. Okay, so what is private IP address space? Okay, so address space is CIDR notation, okay, of the virtual network IP addresses. Okay, am I clear on this? And these IP addresses are the address space is for private networking. Address space is for private networking. So what do I mean by private network? For use within Azure itself. For use within Azure itself. Am I clear on this? So whenever we create Azure's virtual network, remember if you have gone through yesterday's screenshots, okay. So this is what I'm speaking about. Okay. So in Azure, we can extend our network by adding more address spaces. So for example, initially you thought that your network will be of size, okay, so 192.168.0.0/24. Then you have realized that you need 500 devices, right? There is no need for you to change it to 23. So you can add one more address space, 192.168.1.0/24. So you can grow your network. While growing your network, what you can do is you can add more address spaces. So let us basically get into that. I'm logging into my Azure. So in Azure, yesterday we have created a virtual network, and I said that virtual network will not be charged. So if you get into your virtual network, so are you seeing this address space? So right now I have an address space which is 192.168.0.0/16. Now what I can typically do over here is, if I think that, okay, if I think that this address ranges will not be sufficient for me, at any moment I can go ahead and then I can increase the size of my network. Okay, so let me take a capture of it. I can try to tell that I want to add one more network range, which is 10.10.0.0/24. Am I clear on this? So you will never run out of IP addresses in your virtual network, even though in the beginning phases, if you have decided that, okay, in the beginning phases you have started with a small network, you can always grow your network with this address space concept, okay. So address space in its very simple terms is nothing but CIDR range of your network. CIDR range of your network. Okay. So generally there will not be a need for doing this, but if the need comes, it is not very difficult to do that. If the need comes, it is not very difficult to do that. Good. Okay. Right. So yeah, you don't have a change. You cannot change whatever you have added, but definitely you can extend your network. It is not for changing. It is for adding. Okay. Right, sir. Now, the next topic which we need to understand is subnets. Okay. So subnets, as we know, we have been doing this subnets stuff itself. Subnets enable you to segment the virtual network into one or more subnets. Okay. Where you assign portion of what? Virtual networks address space. Portion of your virtual networks address space. Okay. So remember that, okay, whenever we speak about Azure regions, there are two kinds of regions in Azure. One is regions with availability zones, the other one is directly regions. So whenever we basically try to create, okay, any virtual network in Azure, so the virtual network looks like this. So let me consider this to be my Azure virtual network, and let me use logos. Okay, so Azure VNet logo. By the way, this is your Azure Virtual Networks logo. So this is your VNet. Okay. And then generally a virtual network can belong to Azure region, Okay, there are two kinds of regions in Azure. One is regions which have zones and regions which do not have zones. Now, when you create subnet, okay, subnet 1, subnet 2, and let me create 3 subnets. Subnet 3. Okay, and let us assume that the address space of this is 10.10.0.0/16. Okay, so this is something which I would be calling as subnet 1. This would be subnet 2, and this would be subnet 3. Okay, right. Now for subnet we have to give portion of address space. So 10.10.0.0/24. Okay, so let me change the font size. Let me make it 60. Good. Okay, right. So here it would be 10.10.1.0/24. Here it could be 10.10.2.0/24. Okay, so I'm just going to the next line. Okay, right. So whenever you create virtual machines, your Azure resources will be part of your subnet, not part of virtual network. Okay, so here you will have Azure resources. Okay, let me directly use Azure. This is Azure virtual machine for you. So your virtual machines will be connected in this subnet. Okay, and every virtual machine that gets connected to the subnet. So if you are connected to a physical network, you will plug in a network cable. Yes or no? Yes, sir. You will plug in a network cable. Imagine that you don't have wireless network. You have wired network. So you would plug in a network cable. Okay, into what? Into what? Into a network adapter, right? So let me use this. So every virtual machine which you basically create, okay, it needs to have something called as VNIC. VNIC is virtual network interface card, and this machine will get an IP address of 10.10.0.4, something like this. Am I clear on this? So how are your virtual machines getting connected to your subnet? They get connected to your subnet using network interface, virtual network interface, right? So over here, basically, your machine gets connected, okay, to this subnet 2. Your VM2 gets connected to the subnet 2 using again virtual NIC. And this virtual NIC will receive 10.10.1.5. I'm just giving some ad hoc IP addresses, right? The same story happens over here, right? So we have VNIC. VNIC is virtual network interface card. 10.10.2.6. I'm just giving some ad hoc IP address. Am I clear on this? Okay. So if you want to create virtual network in two regions, then you would be creating two virtual networks. You would be creating two virtual networks. Am I clear on this, sir? Right? Good. So this is your first notation. This is for regions without zones. Okay. So regions without zones. So if you remember in Azure Global Infrastructure, I have shown you a world map, and in that world map, there were many blue dots without white circles. Now, if you have a blue dots with white circles, right? So then what could typically happen is, okay, let me try to create the stuff for you. Okay, I'll slightly make necessary changes. I'm just cutting down on size. I don't think so. This should be a problem for you. Yeah. Okay. Now every subnet, every region has what now? This is sorry, man. Every region will have zones. Zone 1. This let me call it as zone 2, right? And this let me call as zone 3. Am I clear on this? So your subnet basically spans, across zones. So if you are creating one subnet, right, in your subnet you can create in same machines in any of the zones which you have. Am I clear on this? Chaitu, as of now, just think about single network. Just stay focused to what I am trying to speak. We have to cover those scenarios, but please do wait. First, let us look at this image. Are we clear with this image? Yes, sir. Good. Okay. So in Azure, we have two kinds of regions: regions with zones and regions without zones. Okay. So generally, in Azure Virtual Network, your subnet can connect to subnet 1 can be, okay, the machines in subnet 1 can be in zone 1, zone 2, or zone 3. Machines in subnet 2 can be in zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. Machines in subnet 3 can be in zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. So in other clouds like AWS, your subnet belongs to a availability zone, but that is not the case in Microsoft Azure. That is not the case in Microsoft Azure. Okay. So what is the difference between region with zone and region without zone? Sir, I have spoken about that in my demo, but basically when I've started this class, right? So region with zone and region without zone, I would recommend you to please go through that class. Please go through that class, right? Because I have to go back and speak about whatever I have iterated. Okay. So okay. So regions with zones. Right. Okay. Good. Now, basically, right? What we need to understand is right, in Azure, okay, IP addresses. Okay. So generally all the resources connected to a subnet will get a private address. Okay. We have an option. We have an option to choose whether the private address is static or dynamic. Am I clear on this? So generally, whenever we create a virtual machine, every virtual machine will get a private IP address, right? So what is private IP address? An IP address which is private to this network. So only the resources within this network will be able to communicate. Okay. So in addition to private network, in addition to private IP address, we can give or assign public IP addresses to the resources. Again, you will have an option. Okay. So you can choose static or dynamic. Okay. So when it comes to public IP addresses, there is some cost that is involved. When it comes to cost, okay, when it comes to cost for public IP addresses, there is some cost that is involved. There is some cost that is involved. Am I clear on this? So when I create a virtual machine, I basically have a scope. I basically have a scope. So of choosing whether my private IP address is static or whether my private IP address is dynamic. Right? So when I say private IP or public IP, they are assigned to virtual network interface card. Virtual network interface card. Okay. Clear, sir, so far? Now what you would try to do is, let's try to experiment them. Okay. So let's create a virtual machine. Okay. In subnet 1. Let's create a virtual machine in subnet 1. Remember yesterday I already had a network. I am not saving any of this. Okay. So if you basically look into the virtual networks, okay, I already have a virtual network, and then I want to create a virtual machine in this. So I'll get into the resource groups. Okay. So VNet learning. From here I can select this add and then do it. Or as I said, in Azure, for creating virtual machines, you have a lot of options, right? Or any resource for that matter. You can go to all services, and you would be seeing virtual machines from here, right? Or your virtual machines will be part of your favorites. So let me click select virtual machines from here. Okay. So we'll be creating a free virtual machine because it doesn't matter. We are not interested in what we do in virtual machines. We are interested in basically the virtual machine aspects, how virtual machine gets connected to the network. So I'm creating a virtual machine, right? I will try to choose the same resource group, which is VNet learning. Okay. And then, okay, I will try to give the virtual machine's name. I'll give the name as Qt DevOps. Okay. Right. And then my region is East US. Okay. I'm okay with this image. My size is also looks good. Okay. Right. So my size also looks good. Okay. Let me scroll down further. Okay. Then I need to give. Okay. Let me write these details. So I will be going with password based stuff. My username will be Qt DevOps. I am entering some strong password over here. Okay. So now let me try to connect to this machine. Okay, then I'll go into this section next. Right. So at this moment we are not really worried about disks, we are worried about network. Okay, so what I'll try to do is I'll try to click on disks. So I'm not worried about disks. As I said, our focus is on networking. So if you see over here, there is a networking. So this is our area of interest. Okay, so I'll select this networking, and in this networking, okay, if you remember yesterday we have created hello VNet. In that I am trying to create subnet 1. Okay, so are you seeing network interface over here? So whenever you try to create virtual machine, right, to what you are giving an IP address, when you create a virtual machine, a network interface will be created for you, right? We are basically selecting the virtual network. We are selecting the subnet, right? And then are using public IP address. Okay, so here you can decide whether you want to select the public IP address or not. Okay, rest of the things I am not worried at this moment. Okay, and then I would try to say review and create. Am I clear on this? So can I select which subnet I want this virtual machine to be in? If I want this machine to be in subnet 4, can I do that? Okay, so I have to just select and then select subnet 4. Okay, so I don't want public IP address, select none over here. I want public IP address, click on create new, click on create new. So okay, we'll be getting deeper into this, but just try to understand over here. So when I want to create a new public IP address, it is asking what is this SKU. SKU for now, okay, is basically, if you want to abbreviate it, a store keep unit, but you can consider it to be the different flavors or the different ways that Microsoft tries to sell you, and every SKU will have different costs. For example, if you take Microsoft operating systems, we have home edition, we have standard edition, we have professional edition, we have enterprise edition. So what are these? All of them are Windows 10, but they come with different pricing or different differences in features. So that is something which we call as SKUs. And then whether you want your assignment to be private or static or dynamic. Okay, I'm not going to change any of these values. Okay, and after that I'd be basically saying review and create. Okay, so I can decide whether I want my virtual machine to have a public IP address or not. Okay, then let me click on review and create. Oh, cancel. Okay, now it is trying to tell that whatever you have asked for. Okay, let us look into networking details. So these are the basics. Networking, it is trying to tell that it is going to create your machine in hello vnet, and then it will create in subnet 4. Okay, so if you want, you can change the networking. You can click on networking and say that I don't want subnet 4, but rather I want subnet 1, and then click on review and create. Now if you basically look into this overview page, okay, it is trying to tell that this is what is going to happen with respect to networking, because at this moment we are interested only in networking, right? So let me click on save. Okay, and then click on create. Okay, sir, where did I set this, sir? If you have, if you want multiple networks in multiple regions, then you have to create multiple VNets. This is what I have said, right? This is what I've said. Okay, so while this is running, let me try to add the screenshots. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 30, 31, 32, and then 33. Okay, hopefully 34 was also there. Okay, right. Right, let us wait for this to be created. So create a VM in subnet 1 in hello vnet. Okay. Now after this machine is created, okay, now let's examine, okay, the virtual machine overview. Okay, so if you see, virtual machine is created. Right, let us look at this virtual machine overview. And in this virtual machine overview, it is trying to tell us you have created your virtual machine in here. Your public IP address is this. Your private IP address is this. So if you remember, my subnet once a CIDR range is 192.168.0.0/24. 192.168.0.0/24. That means that in the last position or the last byte, I will have IP addresses. So is this IP address in sync with CIDR range? Yes or no, sir? So if I say that, okay, my CIDR range is 192.168.0.0/24. That means that 192.168.0.x will be the IP addresses that would be given. Okay. Now, did I got the IP address in the same range? Where x can be any value between 0 to 255, right? Good, sir. Okay. But we also get a public IP address, right? So public IP address, which IP address will I get? You will not have any control because that is managed or that is taken from Azure's pool. But you will definitely have a control on private IP addresses. Okay, right. So let me save this first. Okay. So if you see, we got a machine with private IP address and public IP address. Okay. Now let's navigate to resource groups and see the network interface. Okay, so I'll go into home. I'll select resource groups, and if you remember, my resource group was VNet Learning. Okay, so in this VNet Learning, I am interested in network interface. I'm interested in network interface. Okay, right. So let me open that network interface. If you look into this network interface, okay, so are you seeing network interface? What is that I would get? I would get a private IP address over here. I would get a public IP address over here, right? I would basically got it, and I got various information. Qt DevOps is a virtual machine which it is attached to, which it is attached to. Okay, so who is getting the IP addresses now? Virtual machine or a network interface? Who gets IP addresses? Virtual machine or a network interface? Network interface gets an IP address, and we attach that to the virtual machine, right? If I want, I can remove the network interface from this and connect to the other machine. connect to the other machine, right? So let us look at IP configurations. Okay, so are you looking at IP configuration? It is trying to tell that the IP configuration is, okay, you forwarding is disabled. It belongs to virtual network. It belongs to subnet 1. It belongs to subnet 1. And the configuration is your private IP address is dynamic and public IP address is this. Public IP address is this. Okay. Now, what I would do is, let me click on add. Let me click on add. Okay. So I would try to tell that what is this configuration's name? Learning. I would try to tell that I want a static IP address, which is 192.168.0.8. Okay. So do you want to associate to a public IP address or not? Okay. So I don't want to associate at this moment. So let me try to give this options. Okay. So I have tried to associate public private IP address with a static IP address. Okay. So if you see, this is my static IP address. Okay, then it is asking, do you want to associate with the public IP address or not? I would say that I am not interested. Okay, so all right, let me click on okay. Let us wait for some time. Okay, so saved network interface and I got a new IP address, and let me look at overview now. Okay, come on. Okay, now what I would try to do is, okay, let me go to IP configurations. Did we have a screenshot of this? No, right? Okay, let me go with this IP address. Okay, now if you see, I have IP config and then I have learning. Let us see what happens. Okay, right, now let us log in into the machine. Okay, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 38, 39, 40 and 41. Now let's log in into virtual machine. Okay, since it is a Linux machine, using SSH. Okay, so generally the command is SSH username at the rate IP address, but in our case it would be public IP address. Okay, so let me log in into that machine. So I'll try to open git bash SSH. My username was qtdevops at the rate, and if you look into this, what was the public IP address? 13.72.85.250. So 13.72.85.250. Did I write it right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right. Now let me try to execute. Okay. So what is the IP address which I got? Oh, come on, man. Okay. Sir, please focus on the topics which I'm speaking right now. There is a lot to speak about it. Okay, we will discuss about all of that stuff. Right. We have not started routing yet. Right. Yeah. What has to happen in next class is my headache, sir. Please focus on what is happening right now. So if you look into this, what is happening? I got an IP address of 192.168.0.4. Okay, good. Now let me do one thing. Okay, what I would try to do right now is, okay, let's create a new network interface in subnet 1 and try to attach to the VM. So my VM's name over here is Qt DevOps. Am I clear on this? So what is it I want to do now? I want to create a new network interface. So whenever you want to create any new resource, how is that you do it? Select all services. What is that I want to create? Network interfaces. Okay, right. Okay, now, okay, because all of these are essential before we get into routing. Okay, let me click on add. Okay, I will try to select the same resource group VNet Learning. Okay, try to give the name as Qt DevOps again. Okay, so over here I want my private IP address and I want it to be in subnet 1. I want my IP address to be static 192.168.0.9. Okay, so rest of the things I am not worried. Okay, so am I clear on this? Okay, select review and create. Okay, now after that we are okay with all of the information, and then I'm basically trying to tell create, right? So create, let it take its time. Okay, so 42, 46. Okay, right. So 43, 44, 45, 46. All right. Okay, it says that it is done, and let me go to the resource. Okay, now if you basically look into this, right, did we got an IP address? If you remember, did we got an IP address over here? Okay, is it created in subnet 1? But at this moment it is not attached. At this moment it is not attached to any virtual machine. So if you see, this attached area is empty, not attached at this moment to any virtual machine. Okay, but did I still got the IP address? Yes or no? Right, so who is getting IP addresses now? Is it a virtual machine, or is it your what do you call is it your VM which is getting an IP address? Okay, right, so let me save this image. So 47. So network interface, okay, is allocated with static private IP address. Do you agree with me on this? Okay, right. Now what I would do is, let's navigate to virtual machine. So I'll go to all services. Okay, I'll go to home, and if you remember, I have virtual machines. Let me open this virtual machines. Okay, so in this virtual machines, I'm going to select this networking section. So this is your virtual machine. Okay, and in this virtual machine, there is a networking section. There is a networking section. Okay, right. Let me save this. Okay, right. Now, are you basically saying the IP configuration? I can basically say that, remember we had two IP addresses. Okay, I can say that no, I don't want the primary one, I want the secondary one. I want the secondary one. Okay, so you can do this, right? And basically, if you want to assign the additional NIC, if you want to assign the additional NIC, what you need to do is shut down the VM. Okay, so did I save this image? 48, yeah. Okay, so now let's stop the VM. So I'll go to Azure. Okay, I'll say stop. Okay, so then it is asking, do you want me to reserve the IP address? I am not interested in your public IP address. I'll just say stop. Okay, let us wait for this virtual machine to be stopped. Okay, wait for the VM to be stopped and navigate to network. Navigate to networking. Okay, right. Let us see what has happened. The state is still stop. This is the last topic. So, okay, good. The state is stopped. I'll go to networking. Okay, so once the machine is stopped, then are you seeing attached network interface is enabled now? Yeah, so I'll say attached network interface, right? So Qt DevOps again, and then I'll click on okay. I should have taken the screenshot of it. Okay, right. I'll write it down. Now attach network interface. Okay, right. Good. Okay. So once you attach network interface, then are you saying I have two network interfaces? I have two network interfaces. Okay. Right. Now start the VM and see what are the possible IP addresses. What are the possible private IP addresses? Okay. Log in into the VM and execute if config. Okay. So now what I want you guys to do is get into your virtual machines. Okay. Start this virtual machine. Start this virtual machine. Okay. So once you start this virtual machine, what I want you to basically do it is, I want you to try to look into what are the private IP addresses which we get, what are the private IP addresses which we get, and then what are the, after you log in into the machine, what is the if config, right? Sir, generally, what is the use case where we use multiple NIC cards? If you have ever walked in into data centers, all of the data centers will generally have redundant private IP addresses, so that even if one interface is down, we can communicate with that machine. That is the basic interface, right? So money actually, initially, even for me, it was grayed out. That's the reason why we have stopped the VM. You have to stop the VM and then give it a try, right? So don't be in a rush to do whatever I am trying to do. Please listen to the stop. Please listen to the topics. Only when VM is stopped, then only I would be able to attach interfaces. Am I clear on that? Okay. If VM is stopped, is there any charges? Yeah, even if VM is stopped, there are some charges. For example, your disk will have you will have disk charges. But if you are using a free tier account, don't even worry about it. You are covered. You will not get charges, right? But in reality, there will be some kind of stuff. So this is your exercise, and this is where we'll be starting our next class with tomorrow, same time. Am I clear on this, sir? Okay. And after this, tomorrow what we would do is we would try to get into routing. What is routing that is available in Azure, and how does that routing work? Okay. And then we'll be getting into the later areas of networking. Okay. So till now I'm speaking with only one network use case, and let us stick to one network use case. Okay. Yesterday's class you cannot open through link. What do you mean by open through link? Are you speaking about direct DevOps, or what is that open through link? Are you speaking about recording? If it is recording, please speak with Satish, sir. Okay, right. Okay, speak with Satish. Speak with Satish. Right. Okay, sir. I'll stop it at that, and we will have our class tomorrow at the same time. Thank you, sir.